Schrader valve. And it lets all the air out. And then put those in the seat just to save them. So again, same thing here. So anyways, what I'm working on today was bought this air compressor. This air compressor when I bought that truck. Anyways, and I could never keep air in it. Basically, I'd charge it, or run the air compressor, run it, and it would run, and then air would just leak out. So this is what they had. The contraption they had was this piece, this elbow right here was pointed this way, so it came out. This went into this, so that went into there. All apart, thinking I'd just be able to fix it all. But anyway, so it was actually more up like this. So I wanted to put this water separator in here so I can get all the water. There's a petcock down there, the drain, but I didn't have a on and off valve or anything. So I tested all these fittings. This was leaking into here. So this right here was leaking. This was leaking. This was leaking. So I tried using some Teflon tape to fix it all. Or sorry, not Teflon tape. I used this junk, which I don't know if I'm using it wrong or what it is. Not sponsored by this company, but it's a pipe thread compound, high quality thread sealant in paste form. So basically, I don't know if you've ever seen Teflon tape. Teflon tape comes in a roll like this, and it's just Teflon tape. So that's it in roll form. This is it in paste form. Paste form, in my opinion, sucks unless I'm not using it right. I read the directions, instructions, and I don't know. I let it sit for about an hour and a half, and I tested it. The way I test everything, see if there was any leaks, is I just took, this is just some cleaning agent, like soapy water, and you just squirt it all on all these fittings everywhere, and you just look for air bubbles, and there's no air bubbles. Ugh. So there is a bunch of leaks in this hose. So let me find a air leak, and I'll show you what the soap does. So that's what the soapy water does to find leaks. So I wanted to put this in here to get rid of the moisture. There's a lot of moisture. So, and I also wanted the hose shut off, so I could shut the hose off because this hose obviously leaks. And I want to put a manual shut off because I went to the hardware store 3 times to fix this contraption. And so every time I tried to fix this down here, I had to charge the air compressor, let it run for... This air compressor is ridiculous. My other 30-gallon air compressor runs for 10 minutes and it's full. This one has to run for like 20 minutes. Yeah, it's 60, I think 60-gallon air compressor. Basically, so yeah, I got it for free if I bought the truck. So I bought the truck. The truck was in a ravine. So I got the bikes out, got the bikes down, or I still have the one Haro up there. We'll see if my kid wants to ride that bike or if he wants to ride that bike. And I'll clean him up. I'd rather him ride that bike just because I think it's better. This bike's a little small. That's a 21-inch, frame. This is only a 20 or even a 19-inch frame. But yeah, so fixed his tire, aired up my tires. Well, that bike's gonna need new tires because this bike's tires, as you can see, they're cracked. So yeah. So basically the rest of the day, you know, I cleaned my garage as clean as I get it. It was packed, not trash, but just a mess. I brought a lot of stuff out to the barn. And then once I go back to work, I'm gonna buy some paint the cabinets, pull everything out of the garage, and do an epoxy, the garage floor paint. So what I'm doing today is, the rest of the day is I'm gonna be cleaning these bikes up, patching the tubes, and lubricating whatever I gotta do. They've just been sitting in my barn. So that's a Mongoose Outer Limit freestyle bike. These are just Walmart bikes, I believe. This is a Next Intruder. Anyways, they're nothing. I'm just gonna clean them up, fix the tire or the tubes, get them lubed up, and I'm actually gonna give them away to some neighbor kids because it's about springtime here, and as you can see, the weather is really nice, a little windy, but so I'm just gonna give those away to some kids in the neighborhood. I'll put them on Craigslist or offer up. Not sponsored by those guys either. I don't have any sponsors or anything, but that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna spray this with some I don't know, some soapy water, that spray that I have. Yeah, and I'm gonna clean these bikes up and get them ready to give away to some kids. So I'm just gonna, like I said, put them up there on OfferUp or Craigslist for free. This is what I use, guys. Purple Power. You get it from Walmart. It's really cheap. It's like $4 or $5 for a gallon, and then you can get like I think it's like a 2.5 gallon jug for like $11. And I just get it into a squirt bottle and squirt away. Alright, got those bikes washed. They look eight times better already. So I'm just gonna dry them off and start getting into them. Basically take the wheels and tires off and go from there. This one seems to be fine. This wheel here is like locked up. So I'll take it apart and take the axle apart, grease the bearing. This bike's gonna need pedals and a lot of attention to that free wheel sprocket. Whew, water's cold, I can't even talk. So, and I always do. So these brakes on these bikes are, I guess you could say, old school or whatever. They're just a clamp style brake, not like a cantilever or any of these newer style brakes. So you can't just quick disconnect the brakes anyway. The only way you could get away with that is loosening this back here and then dropping the whole thing, and then it basically comes apart. Or you can disconnect the brake up here. You don't find that, but these brakes are pretty much frozen, so I'm just going to let the air out of the tire. I have this little Schrader valve tool that gets in there and basically just remove the Schrader valve, and it lets all the air out, and then put those in the seat just to save them. So again, same thing here. So, throw that in the seat, throw that in the seat. So, yeah, pretty much that's it. So, I just have to pull this tire out from under the brake. So, there's one. And this tire. Okay. There is two. And I noticed all of this. I don't know what all that is. Somebody's pants or something? Oh, shoestring. That's somebody's shoestring. So, maybe that'll make the bike run a little smoother. It's nice to have a shoestring in there because it cleans where the bearing goes, and it keeps a bunch of dirt out from the bearings. So, I guess that's a good idea. No, it's not. So, as you can see, this tire's got all kinds of bubbles. So, that means this tire's leaking. I thought this tire would be good, but I don't know if you could see that. We got bubbles. Bubble. Stuck this end in the vise. So this is how it was sitting. This is the one with the cap, the bearing cap. That's on that. So I took all these, nuts and bolts and washers off. So, and then you just pull it up like that. Get the bearing out. And these bearings, basically what I do in here, they're pretty gummed up in here, so I just put some kerosene. Basically this whole rag is soaked in kerosene, and what I'll do is I'll clean all these bearings out. I'll come in here, clean all this out with the kerosene. It seems to just eat all that grease and stuff. So it's basically what I do. I know I'm overdoing it for these Walmart bikes, and I probably could be doing this to, my bike or my kid's bike, or definitely could be doing it to the Haro bike that's up there. But yeah, so I just clean all this out. Get it all clean, all the whole surface all cleaned up. So I don't know if you can see that. Set the wheel side, and then I just do the same thing with the bearing. I don't know if you can see how dirty that is. But it's like, I don't know what kind of grease they used, but it's almost like glue or something. So, anyways, I just roll it all out, clean everything up. Clean the bearing. You know, make sure your surface is clean. Yeah, look at this grease. It's like molasses. It's, you know, right? I'm sure it's cheap grease, just an all-purpose grease or something. That is just junk. But and then I take a tube of I just got some grease that I use. It's the red grease. I like the red grease better. It has a higher temperature rating, and it doesn't seem to grab the dirt and whatever else, dust and all that stuff. So anyways, that's pretty much it for the bearings. Alright, so this is how I pack these bearings. Let's get some grease on my finger. So this is the upside, this is the back side. So you just want to fill the cavity with the grease. So just get it all in there and then work it all around. So, and then the bearing sits that way with the back side down there. So, also maybe put a little grease in here. And then just wipe your hands. And then I do a little dab of grease in here. Right there. Stick it on. And then repeat for the other one. That's pretty much it. This is how I did the bearings on the crank. Took the crank apart. I'll show you on the other bike how to take the crank apart.